So it is the new moon. Are you ready for it? This is my monthly new moon update. Let us have a look at what we can expect from this new moon in Capricorn. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Yasmin Boland, and this is my beautiful Moonology diary. And if you want to come to my workshop, which is all about the astrology of the year ahead, you just need a copy of the diary, and then you need to register it at moonologydiary.com. More about that later. Okay, key words and ideas for this lunation. A new chapter. Follow your dreams. Relationship restarts. And make a 12-month plan. It's actually going to be a new moon in the sign of Capricorn, and it's going to be taking place just in a couple of hours. We're still a little bit out, but the reason why I'm doing this update now is because I'm doing my Kickstart 2026 workshop tonight, which is free if you have the diary. If you don't have the diary, it's not too late to get it. Just go to moonologydiary.com, buy it, register it. You will be instantly sent your Zoom link. And so we're actually going to be doing the workshop just after the new moon, which is the most powerful time for connecting with the moon. There is such a lot of good in this first new moon of the year. As I mentioned earlier in Moonology, I mentioned yesterday, we're always setting intentions at the new moon. So now here's the thing. If you've already set intentions this year and you've already fallen off the wagon and you're going, oh, I've screwed it up, never mind, I'll try again next year, don't worry. I know that a lot of people are anti New Year's resolutions. I'm actually quite pro them, but I must say this year I've kind of had a little bit of a change of heart, because I noticed, you know, with that week between Christmas and New Year, when we're all a bit, you know, as they say, just full of cheese and confused, you know, and then there's New Year's Eve, which is, you know, often a big party. So New Year's Day, you're a bit like, oh my God, I need to sleep. I didn't get to sleep till 4 o'clock in the morning or whatever. Or, you know, maybe there's just an ongoing party. I do think that it's actually quite hard to start the year strong. Sorry, my dog wants to come up and I'm just going to pick him up. Come, Jonty, come. Come. There he is. It's quite hard to start the year really strong in a way, because we're just so knackered, I think, and, you know, there's too much to do, too much fun to be had. And so I was thinking, for anybody who sort of then gets to sort of January the 3rd, by the time they start to sort of come to after the Christmas cheese and New Year, it's almost like, well, you know, I've messed up the year. It's January the 3rd and I didn't quit smoking, or I drank champagne at 6 a.m. on January the 1st, you know, stuff like that. So I actually think I'm going to have a change of heart, for what it's worth. And I'm going to start to say, you know what, let's just wait until the first new moon of the year, because the new moon for millennia, I will go into this new moon a bit more in a minute, but the new moon for millennia has been all about starting over. So why wouldn't we start with the first new moon of the year? Jenny Thedoro says, have I missed all the good stuff? Because what I'm saying now is really bad stuff. Okay, sorry. No, you haven't missed all the good stuff. This is all I've done so far. But I will do a card. All right, so, yes, so even if you've already made some New Year's resolutions, this new moon is like a second chance. And if you made your resolutions but you've already slipped up, this is the perfect time to get back on board with your intentions. There is mounting evidence about the power of intentions. A quick Google search on neuroscience and intentions returns a world of information about how intention setting kicks our brain into gear and starts us looking for moments as proof that our manifesting is working. This new moon is powerful because it's making a harmonious angle to both Venus and Neptune. Venus is the planet of romance and riches, and which makes it the perfect new moon to set some intentions around love or money. So what do you want for yourself in the coming 12 months? Do you need a restart when it comes to matters of the heart or matters of the bank account? Now is the time to get clear on what you want, gaining clarity around your desires and laying the foundations. The harmonious angle to Neptune is also super helpful because it allows us to dream. And as we all know, dreams really can come true. And then it says on the next page of the diary information, you should probably know up front that not every new moon this year will be quite so friendly. Some take place while the planets are clashing, which can make the energies a little more challenging. This one occurs ahead of a lovely alignment between Mercury, the planet of the mind, and Saturn, the planet that makes things real. So wish for what you want and start taking steps towards it. And if you have the diary, just say, make sure you look down the bottom. It's got all the information about where the new moon is taking place for you. And if you've got the diary, make sure you fill out your intentions, the section on intentions for the coming 12 months. And for those of you who don't have the diary, I'll just show you what's in there. There's the beautiful, this week, there's a bit of information about the astrology of the week ahead. There's a little sort of diary agenda thing where you can write your card of the day or do whatever you want. There's all the space for full moon stuff. And as I said, if you have the diary, register it at moonologydiary.com so you get your invitation to tonight's workshop, which is all about the astrology of the year ahead. And I've just been finishing it off today. And yeah, I think I've done an okay job. And if you don't have the diary, grab it. Grab it, moonologydiary.com, register, and you can come to the workshop. So I wanted to do a little card. What do you think, Jonty? Shall we do a card? I thought we might do a card, okay, for our intentions for the month ahead. What do we think? Shall we do a card for our intentions for the month ahead? Let me just see if I can get Jonty in the picture there. Hi, Jonty. Hi, baby. Hi, Chicky. So cute. You're so cute, Jonty. Look at the ears. All right, I am going to have to put you down on the ground though, darling, while I do the card. I'm very sorry. So who wants a card? Who wants a card for the first new moon of 2026? So think about one thing in your life you are intending to manifest. Okay, one thing, you know, whether your new moon intentions, your New Year's resolutions, your new moon resolutions, say it could be I'm going to meditate every day, or I'm going to do more yoga, or I'm going to, you know, travel the world, or whatever it is. Think about what it is. Put it in the comments if you feel like it. All right, Jonty, I'm really sorry, but I have to put you on the ground now, okay? Oh, sorry, baby. No, he doesn't want to go. Okay, so he can just go up there. All right, he can be up there. Now, where are my cards? There they are. Now, I have to tell you, I'm going to be taking a card from my amazing new Dark Moon Oracle deck. So this comes out, look at that beautiful light on it, comes out next month, and we're not quite sure how you can reach the cards right now. We do have a pre-order link. I'm not 100% sure if it's working though. I think last time I tried to go on it, it wasn't working. So I'm going to give you two, and hopefully between two of them, one will work. Otherwise, Sahib, if you're there, maybe you can put the magic.moonology link in. So you can try darkmooncards.com, darkmooncards.com, or you can try moonmessages.com/darkmoon, moonmessages.com/darkmoon, if anybody feels like putting one of those in. Miranda Kent, I see you there. I hope you got your invitation to the workshop in the end. I saw you said you hadn't received one yet. And I've got this card. So if this card is for you about your intentions, aha. All right, so this is a very interesting card. I was saying the other day that when I wrote these cards, I was told by Hay House that they were a bit too dark. It wasn't so much the content was too dark. I think the names of the cards were a bit dark, because I really wanted to make a deck of cards that was no fluff, no platitudes, no, you know, everything's going to be fine, everything's going to be fine. Oh, Sahib has just put the link in there for the cards if you want to order the cards and get the bonuses, which will be out very soon. And they're round. Yes, they're round. Aren't they cute? So there were one or two or three sentences that I slightly toned down because I really wanted them to be hard-hitting cards. And Hay House were like, yeah, okay, but you don't want people, you know, like, don't want too much. So we changed a few. Mainly we changed the titles. But this one we didn't. So here's an interesting one. So if this card is for you, exactly, Dawn. It says ego. Okay, so that's one of the slightly more challenging. It's the first time we've had a very challenging one. Keep expecting to get really difficult cards because there are some really challenging cards in this deck. Maybe they're not as bad as I remember. Jonty's really digging in there. Okay, so this card, let me just put it on the back of the book so you can see it as I read to you. There we go. So this card represents the energy of the dark moon in Leo ahead of the new moon in Leo. Yes, you're amazing. Yes, you deserve the world. But this card coming up is a reminder that you also need to accept that the universe has its own plans. Indeed. Life goes in cycles, and right now it seems you're not in the cycle you would like to be. That can come, but later. In the meantime, you need to accept that as fantastic as you are, so is the universe, and so is anyone else involved in the situation you're asking about. Allow divine timing to play out, knowing that while something might not be exactly what you ordered, it will be exactly what you need for the good of your higher self and personal growth. When this card comes up, there's a chance that not only are you being impatient, but you're perhaps also being a little self-centered. I told you they're pretty rough, these cards. Are you acting from ego in whatever situation you're asking about? That's okay. It's totally normal. But it may not produce the results you want. Okay. Additional meanings for this card. Ask for help if you need it. Consider everyone involved. Don't equate money with success. Avoid showing off and remember that the universe supports you. So there you go. That's the card. And I just want to quickly say in a nutshell tonight what we're going to be doing in the workshop for anyone who's coming along or wants to come along. The way I've structured the workshop, we're going to look at the main three massive astrological events which are taking place in pretty much in the first half of the year, which are Saturn into Aries, Saturn out of Pisces into Aries, which also affects Libra really strongly and Virgo really strongly because they're the opposite signs. Neptune into Aries, out of Pisces into Aries, also affects Libra and Virgo really strongly. Then we have, and also that affects Capricorn and Pisces as well, because they are the signs ruled by those two planets. Then we get Uranus moving out of Taurus into Gemini, which affects Scorpios and Sagittarians and Aquarians really strongly. And then we have, we've got a ton of eclipses coming as well, which, I mean, basically all the signs are being affected. I probably won't go into the Jupiter move out of Cancer into Leo, which also affects Capricorns and Aquarians, because that's in the middle of the year, and there's so much to cover in the first half of the year. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to then explain every single planet, what it means, and I'm going to explain every sign that's being affected. Like, you know, if where Saturn's moving into Aries, let's talk about Aries, same with Neptune. And then I'm going to talk about how that affects you based on your time, date, and place of birth. Don't ask me how I can do that. It's actually really, really easy. And everybody who comes to the workshop will get a free PDF to take home where it has it all written out, how all the energies are going to affect them. If you can't make the workshop, Katie Greed or anyone else, you'll be able to watch the replay later, absolutely sure. Missy O'Reilly, no, don't worry, not all Scorpio rising people are going to have health challenges. In fact, if anything, Scorpio rising people are getting a bit of a get out of school, get out of jail card, or get out of chaos card. And again, the only way to, it's free in inverted commas. I can't do air quotes because I've got a dog in one of my hands, but it's free in inverted commas if you have the Moonology Diary 2026, which is just fabulous in itself. There's a tiny few copies left, and just get the diary at moonologydiary.com. Michelle, buy the diary, register it at moonologydiary.com. And if you do it in the next, say, half an hour, then you should have enough time to get sent all the information you need to join us on the Zoom. It's going to be really, really fun. Let me just quickly read. There was one more message that I missed. Hang on. Someone's saying, am I doing 2 workshops? Oh yeah, Justine said, are you doing 2 workshops, one addressing the first half and the second half? Well, I normally do a second workshop. I do normally do a second workshop in the second half of the year.